Hello, everybody. How do you go from unknown to known as an agent looking for network or to network with football clubs? A lot of agents find it difficult to try to contact football clubs and get their network or try to build connections with football clubs. So stick around and we're going to break down into details and see how it can help you. If you're an agent that has been struggling with this, I'm going to show you how I always do to visit football clubs and also what strategy I use to contact people that I can get to talk to club owners or CEO or sports directors or head of recruitment. So take a pen and paper and let's do this. This is going to help you at least for if you listen all so that at least it can open the door for you when you're trying to negotiate or navigate a transfer in future. So we're going to be looking at how to contact clubs without sounding desperate, which is you see normally a lot of time when you send emails to clubs, you're sounding desperate, but you don't know, and that the club, the people can sense that, so they often don't reply. Your email turns into a block, no one's reply. And we're going to be looking at how to find the right club to talk to people. Okay, what to say in your first message, how to build trust to open doors, and also how to DM people or how to DM people working at club. So normally, you see a lot of agents have these difficulties, and it's quite hard to break into that ecosystem. And one of the reasons is that they don't know how to do all these things that I've told you. They don't know how to break the ice. And the problems I also see is a lot of people wait, or a lot of agents wait to get famous, players who are famous to try to market them, and you waste time. And that you try to go online and copy someone's DM and paste, you waste time. Yeah. So this is how you do it. So the first solution is start small. I will start small. Let's take, for example, you're living in your local city. Start small. Yeah. Target a lower market, a lower tier club, or just start small. It's very important with what I'm going to tell you, why I say start small. So when you start small and you start talking with players in your local community and getting to network with most of them, this puts you already into the market, in the sense that you know how to negotiate and talk. Because what you're actually trying to learn there that you don't know is how to learn to talk to people. So when you begin networking, there's a way to talk to people and there's a way also to approach people. So when you start already small, you're learning your craft, but also not knowing, if I may say that. But what you're doing is totally important, because when you get to the elite stage, it can be fast, it can be within 3 to 4 months. When you get to already talking to the bigger clubs, you already have that experience of talking to someone already in the past. So that's why I say start small, look for a local club, go to talk, do some scouting for yourself. You are going to get experience for that. Yeah, that is quite important. Build a name for yourself. That even the elite agents, you see them, they started quite small. So this is very important. Yeah. Offer value first is another thing I would say. Yeah. Normally in the agents, I'll give an example. If you have a phone and someone an unknown number writes you, okay, and sends you a message, a very long message, and the same phone, you have a phone that your mom writes you and send you a message. Yeah. So which message are you going to open first? Let's say you're curious. So you're going to go to, because you know you have your mom there, you're going to open that message to read it. Yeah. With an unknown number, you're going to be skeptical. Yeah, to reply. So you see, so that's the same thing with network. If you come back to network, that's the same thing with network. The people who are in that system already have each other in common, in connection. So the sporting director might call an agent somewhere that look for me this player, because they are already used to doing business together and they trust that agent. So for you to break into this system, you have to do more than just sitting and offering a player. So you have to let's take for example, if you can go to that football club, the best thing is go there, meet those people face to face. Face to face, it's going to be difficult the first time because they're going to see you like, so, like, why are you coming here? No one wants to leave the comfort zone. You have to understand that. But the moment you start coming there, they start getting used to you and people start communicating with you. Yeah, you keep it at that. Now you've built a network that you can always contact someone. That's how you're building the network gradually. Yeah, you. It's never going to be smooth, but you have to take the risk if you want to be in this business. You're going to go sometimes and the sporting director speak to you, and the next time you contact him, it's quite difficult. But if you keep going, there are people who are going to also open the doors for you forever. But if you stay home and just don't do anything, you're never going to get anywhere. Okay, that's another point. That's so. Then the next thing, it's also when go to watch youth games. If you hear that there's a youth tournament coming up, try to at your local city or teams are playing, go to watch that game. You might scout one. You might see a young player there and scout him and start with it and build him, bring him into your industry, nurture him. What you're doing is you are learning your craft with him. That when you start already meeting big people, or I mean the experienced players, you won't have to do that again because you've already passed through an experience and learned. You have learned through that with another person. So, and the next is build trust by following up and showing consistency. Yeah. At the beginning, it's quite challenging, but if you build trust by following up regularly and showing consistency, because the football industry is who knows who. If you know this person, is who knows who. So you have to know a lot of people. And when you know, and the thing is, it's always like everything. When you know a lot of people, and the first thing, when someone notices that you have started doing business and you have sold this player here, you just need to sell one or two players into a club, and the next time that they become your reference, you said, okay, you can even when you're going out to a club, you can say, I saw this player which is actually in this club and is doing well to this team. You have a reference, you have a name already, and there they can believe that this person is doing something. So you can build trust from that. But the starting is never easy, but you have to take this route I'm telling you. Be clear and brief. Be clear, brief with what you're offering, and also stay consistent. Okay, if you're offering, let's say, if you're offering a player that for at the beginning, if you're offering a player that you know his characteristics, say the same characteristics that you know of that player. Do not in this business, do not try to do any favor for someone because it's going to bite you back. If you offer a player that player is not a good player because a club believed in you to give you to open the doors for you, and that player came and didn't perform well, you're not going to get a chance for that club. Of course, you can trust a player and that player doesn't perform well. That is normal. That yeah, you can that's also normal. Also, but be clear and clean so that because when you're clear and clean in this business, you're going to go more. Okay, that's very important. Yeah. Also connect with a lot of club staffs, not just head coaches. Think team managers, scouts, media staffs. Do a lot of this kind of connection because you might connect with a sporting director. He's not available. You speak to the coach. Your connection comes through the coach. Yeah. And from the coach, you break through the club. So it's not only one person in that club. For the fact that you speak with the sporting director, it doesn't go. You speak with the coach, it might go. So and from the coach, you start building again. So there are multiple ways to enter. Yeah. So this is very common that because I've been getting a lot of messages. Can you do a video about talking how you network with clubs? This is just basic, but you have to leave your comfort zone to do it. Leave the house, go to talk to your local clubs or which clubs you want. Be present there and begin from there. And if you have any question, you can drop and then we can look at that also. But this is what I always do. Let's take, for example, as I say, I always leave my home, travel to some cities which are maybe 2 hours away from me or 1 hour. Just try to see see the network. What you're doing is in that process is even if you don't get contact, even if you don't sell a player to that club now, you might sell a player to that club in the future because you've already known people in that club. A player comes to your hand that the player is a very brilliant player, and you think, this player will be okay for that club, and the moment you give that club with a reputation, you're going to build your reputation from that. So it's very important to meet people and also do face-to-face network. Okay, so that's it for networking. I don't want to put too much in that. So start like this, and if you have questions, you can drop in the comment section, and we're going to reply to that. So hopefully you learned something from this video, and see you and talk to you another time. Okay, cheers.